Hello everybody, and just here, and welcome back to Shangri-La Frontier, episode 6, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think I am indeed episode 6, in which some PvP is going to happen, probably. Probably. Man, I don't get technology, you know? Technology doesn't like me. My right screen, my right monitor, yesterday it was broken, today it works. Yesterday I had to record with my laptop for my preview, for my second screen. Today I don't have to. I thought I'm gonna have to buy a new monitor tomorrow, but go figure. My ring light, it's been broken for the longest time, right? I kept talking about it, how my ring light is broken, so my color temperature is gonna be all kinds of wacky. Well, it works now. Out of nowhere. I dread the day that full dive VR actually becomes a thing, because one day I'm just gonna lose my mind inside of a VR machine because of some bug, and next week I'm just gonna be perfectly fine and it's gonna cure my, I know, gout or something. Technology, man. Technology. I haven't praised Omnisaya enough, that's why. But regardless of that, in the previous episode, Sanraku defeated another boss and became the talk of the game, not even the talk of the town, the talk of the entire game. He became viral thanks to his talking Vorpal bunny, which is something that many other people want. And people very quickly figured out where he got his status from, that it came from the Lycagon, that it's probably a quest, etc, etc, etc. It was extremely true to life how people figured out all those things on the forums, how quickly the information about a player like that, about a quest like that, about a possible companion and whatnot spread throughout the game. I really do enjoy this like wide community aspect of this game, the wide community aspect of Shangri-La Frontier, because it's really not often whenever there's an anime or a manga or a light novel, doesn't matter, based on a game, based in a game, right? The characters go and play a game, not necessarily trapped in it, but they just play the game. That's the topic. You very rarely see that. The characters might be chatting with each other in like a group, in a party, maybe in the confines of a guild, but you don't really see them like going to the forums. Now, I haven't seen everything of SAO, but I don't think, I know, Kirito ever went to Discord of whatever game he's playing and asked for advice or whatever, right? I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there are any other series that do that. Not like Bofuri. Then again, I have seen only like 3 episodes of Bofuri, not more. So it's really cool to see that. And he got cornered, Sanraku got cornered by Animelia, who is really into animals and really wants his bunny. And then he was also cornered by... Is she even listed on the list of characters? The character who he knows from some other game, and she is really into PvP. And she's like level 90 with a red skull to her name and all that jazz. I wonder if she's gonna fight Sanraku, or are they going to form a team? We know that Sanraku is going to form a team with a couple of people, her included, I believe. But I wonder if it's going to happen today, in today's episode, or sometime in the future. I don't know. We will see, right? So what I expect from today's episode is perhaps some team forming, team building, stuff like that. Maybe Sanaraku running, maybe some PvP, maybe Sanaraku dying to her. I know, maybe Sanaraku winning. That's not out of the realm of possibility. Maybe the bunny's coming to aid him. I don't know. We'll see. So how about we see, right? To do that, you will need your subs to follow along with me. I'm going to need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm also going to have to ask you guys for your support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube, linked down below or not. Share my content, spread the word. It costs you nothing and helps a lot. And with all of that, we can start watching episode 6 of Shangri-La Frontier in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, straight up the opening. We're not getting the summary of Shangri-La Frontier is a full dive VR MMO game, yada yada yada. I thought it's gonna be a staple, but apparently not. I love this opening. Right, her. Her we have met. I really need to find the title of this song and find it on Tidal. And lyrics. I would really like the lyrics to it. We can go. It really reminds me of the music I was listening to in early 2000s. That we can go, especially. I'm already in a good mood. And another banger of a track. And the guards are just running away. Friend or foe? Probably a friend, let's be honest. Yep. IRL friend, or on a meta level a friend, but within Shangri-La, well... Players looting NPC stores in a very realistic way. Or is it NPCs? The looting simulator, okay. But players had a different idea. Almost a gacha game, eh? I mean, that's what I call emergent gameplay, right? The Pencil Knight. Okay, so why is she a dedicated PvP player now? And then Pencil Knight was looted by Sanraku. Here he is. Nope. I mean, it's supposed to be. Because it was a player. Hmm. Creating your own gameplay, huh? Rapier with some medium armor. I love the style of this game. Everything is like gray and worn out. He did. That's why she called him Revolutionary Knight Sanraku. Okay. Enemies to friends and whatnot. Oh, she's gonna be a fun character to have around. Oh, nice. Pick it up. They're probably better than your daggers. Like 20-ish? Okay. Second in command, so there's someone above her. Curious. Is she de-henshining? And I'm assuming that's how she got her level this high this fast. Because you get more XP for killing higher level enemies. Amazing music yet again. I love their chemistry. Okay. Fun has been engaged. Join our clan? Oh. certainly seems like it. The low camera angles again. Come on, Sanraku, use your Vorpal soul and whatnot. Oh? Interesting idea. Why would that be? Oh, our city's protected by, like, immortal guard or something? Great shot. Is she going to join in on the fun? And they're going to 2v1 her? And the henshin wears off. Yep. Cuteness overload. uh... Repel counter. Using his Vorpal skills to the fullest. I mean, yeah, she probably realizes the difference in levels, and she wants to have a nice fight. So she's not gonna use any, you know, one-hit kill skills. Oh, is Sanaraku gonna use her to get Pencilgon off his back? Yep. That's exactly what's happening. But she wants a screeny with the bunny. That's some motivation. Add her to your friends list. True. It does seem like Rabituza would be the safe haven. Is the chief of their clan here? Oh no, other members. Remy, Branch, Lass, and Ketchum. The Dragonborn? I mean, you could probably dodge and counter and whatnot. Although it's 4v1, so Not gonna be that easy. Yeah, what is it? It's nothing. They got you beat in just everything. Shouldn't be a problem. Rainbow Beam. Not gonna do much, is it? Absorption skill of some sort? Absorption equipment? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so it's a lot of curses. So she got a curse repellent. Single-use item, though. Don't you have an antidote or something? Yeah, probably. Oh, hello, Ray. About time you appeared. About time you found Sanaraku, that is. Brutal. Cut in half. Thankfully, it's a friend. With a prospect of being more than a friend. Yep, okay. I really thought that this plotline is gonna be stretched a little bit more. But apparently not. Huh. Time skip or flashback? Flashback. I mean, yeah, he does like the Ksoge. Except Shangri-La Frontier. Because it's an actually good game that you can actually get into. Oh, right. Someone spotted Sanaraku. Right. What a coincidence. She got a quest from the Guildmaster or something like that to find exactly who she's looking for. And she's still trying to kill every player she sees. I like that this couple is recurring characters. Sanaraku. It's very interesting to me that we still haven't seen any mounts in this game. Rei's sister really, like, knows a lot. She can figure out a lot. She's gonna be useful to have as an ally. Easy. They come in useful, don't they? Yep. Because it actually respects your skill. Project of mine. Do you want to create a party? But it can only block one? So one more spell is all it takes now. Whatever that is. What a fun episode. This episode was just a single fight. Basically. It felt like no time at all. And I wasn't bored or anything. I didn't feel like the fight was drawn out or anything of the sort. I almost want to say that there's probably not going to be a lot to talk about. But whenever I say that, the video turns out to be an hour and a half because there is a lot to talk about. We'll see. There is still the Shangri-La Theater or minis or whatever they're called. We still haven't seen her. This show is really just the studio or whatever. They're just a music company hiding as an anime studio. Right, what about the food? Can you taste food in the game, I wonder? Interesting. It's probably also going to be vaguely sweet. Yoink. Oh, okay. Okay, so not the quantity, but the quality matters. Very interesting mechanic. Why would you put it in a game? No, like legit, why would you put it in a game? Like, I can see flavor limiters being like, I know, a protection from overstimulating the players or something because like you're hooking into their brain and you don't want to provide too much stimuli. But if that was the case, then why would you introduce a way to get rid of that limitation? That's the weirdest mechanic I've seen so far. Flavor limitation that you can just get rid of. But now let's get rid of this timer and watch this episode again. There we go, that's a segue. To end all segues. OP, OP, OP. And we get some backstory on them. Unite rounds. This is actually very interesting, how emergent gameplay is created. The point of this game was supposed to be something completely different, right? A ruined kingdom on the brink of collapse, and you are here to help the NPCs, to help the people of this kingdom. So you need to go out there and collect medicinal herbs, for example, right? To help recover the city guard or what have you, to protect the town from monsters. But the forest is ravaged by plague and war and whatnot, so it's hard to find those medicinal herbs. On paper, it sounds good, right? Realistic simulation of the world and whatnot, but I'm overusing and whatnot. I probably shouldn't. But in reality, players will always optimize the fun out of any game. Alternatively, how do I phrase it so it sounds cool? Alternatively, if there's no fun to be found, the players will create their own fun. This is kind of a kind of a combination of both of them, right? Players optimizing the fun of the game out of the game. The fun is supposed to be in being in this realistic simulation and collecting all those herbs one by one, role playing a struggling peasant and whatnot, etc. or something. I'm gonna have to find out some alternatives to and whatnot. But the players will optimize it. If you attack a trade caravan or a store and that store has 50 medicinal herbs, well, you rob that store, you grab those herbs, and with those you can complete 5 separate quests for gathering healing herbs. It's more optimal, but it's optimizing the supposed, or rather the intended fun of the game out of it. And there's the bit of players creating their own fun if there's no fun to be found. Spending 12 hours in a forest trying to gather some herbs, that's not fun. That's absolutely not fun gameplay. Robbing stores and trying to escape from the guards and some PvP and stuff like that, that's fun. So that's what the players started doing. That's really, really cool. And of course, there's gonna be some top dogs who gather all other players around them and form clans. Pencil Kingdom was born. And you can see that Sanaraku really is engaging with the gameplay, with the emergent gameplay, with the gameplay that emerged. And with him is Katso Tataki. Katso is the guy he played the fighting game with? I think so. Isn't this about defending the kingdom from monsters? Well, it's supposed to be about it, but it no longer is. We created our own boss. We created our own fun. Brand new type of gameplay has emerged. I love it. Again, I'm finding myself loving how realistic of a portrayal of games this series provides. It's great. I love it. Can you defeat me and become the revolutionary knight? Yes, actually. This is cool. Shows a really strong change in her armor and gear, but not in her face. Although there is a slight... No, it's just lighting. She really goes to great lengths to recreate the same style of character, doesn't she? I really, as I said, I really enjoy the style of this fictional game. I really have a weakness for like deteriorating armor and half-rusted weapons. You know, like collapsing worlds. It just does something for me. There is that artist. Goes by Hashabai, I believe, and there's a series, Hashabai Valley. And it's like this, but turned to 11. They are fighting with swords that are rusted through. People are losing limbs and they are replaced with magical powered prosthetics that are also battered up. It's amazing. Go check out Hashabai Valley. They're making some amazing stuff. There's also the comic they're making about Ada, the white alien with red eyebrows, if you've ever seen that. Alas, them focusing on Ada kind of sidelined Hashabai Valley, which really is a great loss. But, I mean, I enjoy Ada as well, but Hashabai was like my jam. It really was my jam. Regardless. Let's come back to Shangri-La Frontier. She and I have one hell of a history, indeed. Ashura Kai, second in command of that player killer clan Ashura Kai. Who's first in command then, I wonder? Meanwhile, what's her face? Where is she? Emul, there she is. Meanwhile, Emul is dehensioning. This is great, right? In jokes. They're having fun, right? They're not bitter enemies going against each other. They are friends from a game. They have fun together. It's just a game to them. So they can also have fun and laugh about one defeating the other. Amazing. I love it. Also, amazing art style. Sanraku's beak looking like a crab claw. And we continue our fight. I'm not even gonna stop and go through the animation because we already know the animation is great. Animated on once, in her case. Animation, art, everything is on point in this show. Music. Delivering a message. Publish info on the unique scenario or wear a target on your back until you do. Right, so threatening Sanaraku. Either tell us how to get that unique scenario or you're always gonna have a member of Ashra Kai going after your head. I really like their use of bottom to the top camera angles. Is it that hard for a player killer to do their thing in a highly populated town? Probably. Most MMOs have this sort of a protection against PvP. In cities, there are guards who just appear out of nowhere or rush towards the scene where two players are fighting, and they are unkillable, and they can kill you in a single hit. So the aggressor just gets killed. It was a mechanic in whatchamacallit? What was that MMO that I played a lot and I mentioned a lot in this show? Arcade. I still remember resource runs. You would buy some resource in one city and then you would travel to a different city to sell it for more money. That was the best way to make some money in Arcade. But you had to go through PvP zones. Free PvP for all. So you would rush towards a teleport. No, it wasn't a teleport. I think it was a either a save point, like a recall stone or something, or it was a merchant caravan guarded by a couple of guards, and you would rush there. Because once you were there, nobody could kill you because there were guards nearby. But problem is, people would camp that place very often, and as soon as you stepped out of the range of those guards, you would get killed. So many tense moments. So many tense moments in Arcade. I still remember sneaking through the bushes in a ravine with water flowing through it. It was great. Arcade was great. And Henshin lost. She really likes animals, doesn't she? Reminds me of Gwyn's portrayal of Warfarin from Arknights. Repel counter. And interesting, and also makes sense that she's going easy on him. She wants to have fun. What's the point in one-shotting an enemy if you can have some fun fighting with them, right? You intentionally gimp yourself a little bit to draw out the fight. You can still take off those limiters, you can still use the skills that you decided not to use because they are too powerful and win it easily, but you can have some fun, right? And yeah, that's how you enlist the help of another player without actually enlisting it. A promise made. And of course, more players. We don't see their levels, unfortunately. Now, thankfully, Sanraku is fast enough to at least dodge them, not defeat them. There's too big of a difference in gear and levels, but avoid their attacks until he can get to the gate. I think that's his thinking here. 5 different debuffs. Poison, paralysis, drain, exhaustion, and speed. That really took no MP at all. She could cast it like 5 more times at least. And she's also level 99. I'm guessing that's the level cap. Working on shaman debuffs to help record monster footage. Probably, yeah, you can paralyze a monster and get a screenshot of them or something, or make it easier to catch them if you cast exhaustion. Makes perfect sense. That's someone who captures animals and takes screenshots of them and whatever else you can do with animals in Shangri-La, probably tame them as well, would have skills that facilitate that sort of gameplay. And there is apparently a Karmic Straw Doll that can reflect curses. Consumable, crush it in your hand to send all curses applied to you back at their caster, attempting to expose the something. All the Strodol score will kill you instantly. To expose the something at the Strodol score will... Okay, gotcha. Just some flavor text. Interesting that it's not an instant counter. It's not like a one-time use protective charm like Totem of Undying in Minecraft, for the lack of a better example, but it allows you to dispel the curses from yourself and cast them back at the original caster at your will. Whenever you crush it, that's when it happens. Severing attack, Rook Smasher. I thought it was Rock Smasher, but apparently Rook Smasher, or it's an error in the subs. I really expected this whole plotline to take a lot longer. I actually fully expected this to be a complete cat and mouse chase. I fully expected Rei to arrive at Thirdia, and it turns out, oh, Sanraku is no longer there. So Rei arrives at Forthia, and it turns out, oh, Sanraku is no longer there. He's at Fifth Borough. So Rei goes to Fifth Borough, and oh, Sanraku is no longer there, right? That constant chase and never actually being able to catch him. I genuinely fully expected that. Alternatively, I expected them to meet eventually, but not this early. Not in episode 6. More like episode 12, to be perfectly honest with you. So it's interesting that she appeared this early. I like it though. I really don't mind that she appears this early. I still don't know what game's gameplay is on this screen. It's not Destiny, it's not Halo. It's not Doom, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe just some footage made specifically for the purpose of this show. That's not implausible. So unusual and difficult, and Panty Flasher Panic. That's a great game you're playing there, Sanraku. Frog Swimmer Battle Circuit. Sure. Okay. And some other games whose names I can't read because I don't know the moon runes. Someone on Reddit probably already translated that, so I'm gonna look it up eventually. This is actually a very good point, right? She's not a hardcore gamer the way Sanraku is. Sanraku enjoys playing garbage games. He has the skill and the patience to do that, but she doesn't. She's, I don't want to say casual gamer because she's like a really powerful warrior in Shangri-La, but she's not the kind who would enjoy broken games. So the fact that Sanraku plays Shangri-La is a huge opportunity for her, because this is a game that she can actually get into, and the only chance that she can have so far to meet Sanraku. Not in real life yet. In-game so far. Saiger 100, so the sister, and she is Saiger 0. Are there Saigers 1 to 99 out there? Dear Saiger 0, sorry, but I need you to pause your private player hunt. There's a player I really need to talk to. Can you find him for me? He was last sighted near Secondale. He seems to have a talking clothed Vorpal bunny with him. Right, because she belongs to the clan that looks for the Lycagon. That tries to hunt Lycagon, tries to discover the secrets of Lycagon. That's why she has the Lycagon crest on her cape. This girl. I love that it's a running gag. And I think they also upgraded their gear since last time we've seen them. I love it. I love this running gag. I love that there are recurring characters like this alien-eyed girl. Yeah. And running, jumping, start. The sister, Saiger 100, really knows what's up, right? She knows the movement of other clans. She knows what are the chances that he's gonna already be engaged in PvP. She knows a lot. Interesting. If I can save him from PKers, I'll have a natural in to talk to him. That is, if you don't suddenly become very much, shy about it and run away, because that's probably exactly what's gonna happen. Sanaraku is gonna say, "Hey, thanks for saving me," and she's gonna be like, and teleport away. I fully expect that to happen. And she's probably going to continue her cat and mouse chase. Deus Ex Machina. Instantly cut in half. The skills he's built up playing terrible games in all genres are more valuable than unique items and high-level stats, and that's a huge asset here in Shangri-La Frontier. Yep, that's essentially the point of his character. That's essentially the plot. That's exactly what makes him special. He has a lot of experience from a lot of garbage games. So now, in a good game, he is a godly player. That project of mine, a team with Sanaraku and that other guy. Willing to bet that's her little project. How do I note it down? Right, the player from Bob is Modor Katso, and Katsu was also mentioned in the game they were playing where she was the Pencil Knight. So it's the same player, so they are probably going to become a team. Pencil wants a party with Sanaraku and Katsu. That would be my bet. First he lured in the Zookeeper, now the Attack Master. I really like that she's not an enemy. They don't have like a weird competition with each other. It's not played super seriously, like, oh, I'm gonna get back at you, I'm gonna kill you, and whatnot. We still remember that it's a game. They're having fun in a game. They're having some PvP combat because PvP in games is fun. That's why they're playing, that's why they're doing what they're doing. Karmic Strodol is extremely powerful, so each doll tops out at reflecting 5 debuffs. And she has some hidden thingamajig. Final hand. Yeah, the wiggling is animated on once. Yep. I'm assuming that hand can shoot out like 6 status ailments at once or something. How many fingers does it have? 6, perchance? 6. There we go. ED, and then the theater. There's flavor limiters. Why? It's such a weird mechanic. It's such an incredibly weird mechanic. And eating high quality ingredients, high quality food rather lifts the limitations. Why have those limitations though? What's the point? I know, man. another super fun episode of Shangri-La Frontier. I'm consistently... Is that a word, consistently? Every time I'm having fun with this show. I know that we are only 6 episodes in, and knock on wood, all of them will continue this quality, but so far there hasn't been a single scene, really, a single thing that I would be, dissatisfied with. There wasn't any moment where I would be asking myself, why the fuck did they do it? There wasn't anything where I could see that, oh, they're taking some sort of a shortcut, or perhaps you're expected to know the source material to figure it out, or they're making a time skip that doesn't make sense, or etc, 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 right? There hasn't been anything like that. It's been consistently good. And good to a very almost unseen degree. I'm kind of used to isekais, like, seasonal isekai trash is called seasonal isekai trash for a reason, because it's most commonly trash. It has barely any animation, it has enough art to know which character is which, and that not always. And music that just fills the air, and nothing more than that. That's what I'm kind of used to, and I'm kind of even used to finding value in that. I can find value in Arifureta, I can find value in other seasonal isekai trashes that I've seen. This I don't have to find value in, because the value is right in my face. It's a little bit like with the Ksoge that Sanraku plays, right? He plays so many bad games that now he plays a good one, and it has an effect because it's really good. It's kind of similar with me, because I've seen and I've read so many garbage isekais that have barely any animation, barely any art, barely any music, barely any worth. And I kind of get used to them, and I got used to getting some enjoyment out of them. And now I'm faced with an actually good series, with an actually good show, with great animation, with great art, with great music, great story, great characters. Everything is great here. So it hits double. It really hits double. And especially the quality of writing. This really strikes me as the biggest thing about this show. Because you can have a random bullshit isekai, I don't know, smartphone isekai or whatever piece of garbage, and give it good art and give it good animation and give it good music, right? You can do that, but it's not enough. You have to have good writing. And this show also has that. The exterior is beautiful and the interior is beautiful. It's a perfect harmony of beauty. I especially love their deep understanding of gaming. This really surprised me in a very positive way. I've never seen it. Usually games in anime are just a way to isekai people to a fantasy world without actually isekaiing them, and you don't ever have any of that meta stuff. You don't have the forums, you don't have game stores, you don't have offline discussion, none of that. You don't have other games existing at the same time. None of that exists. It's completely different in Shangri-La. We have other games, we see other games, our characters have a past in different other games. Outside world exists fully. People engage with the game outside of the game itself. It's just great in every way imaginable. Whew. Okay, I think that's it. I think I said my piece. So now, you guys, you can tell me, what did you think of this episode? What did you think of my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? Say it all in the comments down below. No spoilers though. Please, spoilers can go to my Discord here, also in the description below. There's a Shangri-La channel you can use. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Shangri-La, but also Magia Record, Helk, Frieren, Ancient Magus Bride, Tate no Yusha, Saihete no Paladin, and plenty of others coming at you in the future. I also stream sometimes, so click the bell to be notified of when I go live. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, linked down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Magia Record, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me on YouTube, also down below, with super thanks, memberships, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, it costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful patrons: QB without a net, the Copper Survivor, Zay Rayner, Aquamancer, David, Dr. Watt, Marsh Kelly, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them without having to engage in PvP combat.